One rainy morning on the island of Sodor, Molly was puffing in to see what Molly's up to. Molly was puffing in to see what Emily's up to, but just then, when she arrived at the second shed, she saw that Emily was with Boko because Boko was feeling ill, so Molly had to take his passenger train. Emily told Molly all about it, and Molly said this to Emily. But whereabouts is Boko's coaches? She said. I don't know, said Emily, because you'll have to find him yourself. Huh? Said Molly, and with that, Molly puffed away. She was so confused. She found the coaches, but she saw that they were moving, and then she saw someone. An engine was pulling them. He was new to the railway, and he is a double tender engine. Molly saw the new engine, and then he chased after him and the coaches. You there, he said. Give me the coaches. They're Boko's. But the new engine didn't realise it. He ran as fast as he could away from Molly, as Molly was still chasing after the new engine. You there, thief, she said. Give me the coaches, she said. But the new engine didn't know this. He steamed faster and faster to his last breath, and finally he made it at London Station. But when Molly arrived at London Station, she realised that the engine wasn't bad at all, and he said, but she thought he isn't, but he is now. But she thinks he is now. You there, she said. Give me the coaches. They're Boko's. Then the new engine felt sorry for Molly. But are you a diesel? I'm not a diesel, said Molly. Besides, I'm sorry. I thought you were a coach. You're an express engine thief. Who are you? I'm Luke. I'm a double tender engine, and I'm new to the island of Sodor, doing Boko's job. What's yours? Molly, said Molly. So, nice to meet you, Luke. So you're new to the railway? I am, said Luke. Do you want to help me with the express? Of course, said Molly. And with that, Molly was ready to help Luke with the express. She was at the front of Luke, and then the guard blew his whistle, and the express was on it, and the express was ready to go. The rain was still everywhere, and still Molly and Luke were still afraid that the passengers won't make it back home on time because of their holiday. I wish we could see, said Molly and Luke, as they battled against the rain. More trouble lay ahead. An old track was flooded as Molly went through it. Oh no, said Molly, and with that, Luke pushed her too hard as she came off the rails. Oh no, said Molly, and with that, Luke was stuck too, and they were now stuck on the old line. They were nearly there at Wellsworth, and they couldn't make it there. Help, they said. Now we're really in the flood, and they were. The Fat Controller sent Mighty Mac to rescue them, and with that, they pulled Molly back onto the rails, and with that, Luke was ready to continue. He pushed harder and harder, and at last they made it out of the flood. And we promised they panted, and with that, both Luke and Molly brought the train home, and it was home at last, with the passengers inside. And then after that, Oliver was impressed. "Well done, guys," he said. You three did really well." And the passengers were at Wellsworth Station at home. The Fat Controller. When the rain was over, the Fat Controller was impressed with Molly and Luke. I heard that you met Luke," he said. Now finally you two did really well with Boco's express train. Now he's feeling really better. Now he can pull the express." And with that the passengers gave 3 cheers for Luke and Molly. And with that, Luke and Molly were happy that they were a very good team, and they were very good friends. "We did well," said Luke. I know we did, said Molly. Weren't we friends with one another?" And with that, Luke the double tender engine and Molly the yellow engine was really impressed with themselves. They knew they can rely on themselves to the limit by saving the day, like they already did in that wet, miserable, rainy day on the island of Sodor.